How's it going, everyone? Wraith here with another awesome Doom Eternal video. Hope you're all having an awesome day and ready for this topic. In my last video, I covered the possible origins of the weapons that the Slayer will be able to use, and now I want to see what could be in store for us after the launch of Doom Eternal. Before we get started, I wanted to let everyone know, if you haven't known yet, there is a giveaway that I'm doing, and that the winner of the giveaway will be announced in the next video. So if you haven't yet, go ahead and like and subscribe and comment in the Doom Eternal Why Are the Weapons Different video so I know who will be eligible. There's more info about it in the community post on my channel I made as well. You guys are awesome, and like always, I appreciate the support. Alright, well, let's get started with this topic of what will be in store for us post-launch for the much anticipated Doom Eternal. Doom Eternal still seems a far way off from being released, but with the developers wanting to create a Doom universe rather than just another Doom game, it makes us wonder what could happen after the release of Doom Eternal. Nowadays, it seems that if a game doesn't have anything post-launch, the game will lose the interest of many after a short time of beating the game. Of course, with Doom Eternal, it will be different, as we'll get Invasion, which will add a sense of replay value to play the campaign over and over again, using different skins for the Slayer, and fighting against human players invading as demons. This could last a while, and I imagine this area will be a big focus for DLC content. So far, we don't know the extent of what demons will be available at launch, so it's possible that it will work much like multiplayer did in Doom 2016. We'll have a certain amount of demons, much like the Revenant, the Mancubus, the Baron, and maybe the Conco Demon. After the release, we may get newer demons that haven't even been shown off yet, or have something like a Cyber Demon or Arachnotron. I would say that something that would be cool to have would be a mix between a Cyber Demon and a Baron. It would be something a little bit bigger than a Baron, but not quite the size of a Cyber Demon. There's a version of this in Brutal Doom, and they're actually pretty tough in the higher difficulties. That would add a challenge in Invasion for sure. If they were to add more demons and customization to the game post-launch, then Invasion would keep the replay value alive and make the game last a lot longer. We did get a taste of the customization with the Zombie Slayer skin, so I imagine there will be a lot more of that coming our way. I really love the idea of Invasion, and even without DLC content, I believe it will be worth every penny. But with extra stuff, it'll be even better for those who want it. The campaign and story are now being something incorporated into new Doom games, but not necessarily forced upon the player. Doom has always been known for being a shooter in a game where you can just get in and kill a bunch of demons without any cutscenes, or the story getting in the way, excluding Doom 3. The story in Doom 2016 was awesome in the sense that it wasn't really in your face, but if you wanted to know more, it was there for your discovery and curiosity. I really enjoy games like that because if you even care about that part of the game, then you go looking for it and sometimes discover things that explain the backstory. With Doom Eternal, I imagine it'll be set up the same way. It will have bits of the story in the main path, but if you want to delve more into it, then it will be in there in the form of codex entries, etc. Like I mentioned, where this is now a Doom universe, it makes sense to have DLC content for the campaign. That would mean that the last level will actually not be the last level. Something that could happen for a DLC mission or levels would be to fight the Dark Lords that have wronged the Slayer. In the first Slayer Testament in Doom 2016, it mentions the Dark Lords that have wronged him, and we don't know much more at that point except that Hell has messed with the wrong guy. With that being said, we may get to see more of them or know who is the head honcho of Hell, as Satan hasn't really been mentioned, or maybe encounter the Icon of Sin if he doesn't make an appearance in the initial campaign. Something else that others have been mentioning would be to have a level in the past where the Slayer encounters the Titan. We could even have a level like that in the present and fight something very similar to the Titan. In a recent Doom Eternal video of mine, I mentioned that the Icon of Sin could be the Titan we fight. Another thing that would be interesting to do in Doom Eternal would be to split up the campaign into episodes like the original games. That way we will know for a surety that the campaign will have post-content, as there will be future episodes to play. The episodes in the original Doom 2 were split up by area, like the Starport levels, then the Hellish Outpost, and so on. That would be a way to organize the levels and then allow room for extra content. A recent example would be where John Romero released Sigil, which is basically the 5th episode to the first Doom game. So we can see there how easy it would be to have episodes in Doom Eternal and then have the ability to add on to it. There are many possibilities now that they want to expand the campaign and the universe. Let me know what you think could be part of the post-launch content for Doom Eternal's campaign in the comment section. Multiplayer in Doom 2016 was okay for the most part, but didn't keep players interested and didn't feel like it should have been as a Doom multiplayer. For many, it didn't even feel like a Doom game, or at least it wasn't as fluid as it should have been. Certain Affinity, who also did the Halo 4 multiplayer, did a good job with Halo 4, but they seem to have incorporated too much of their style in Doom 2016, which a lot of people didn't receive with open arms. With id Software now making the multiplayer in-house, I believe it'll now be what it needs to be, as there will be better communication within the company. If the multiplayer is to blow us away, then there will definitely be new content added to it post-launch. We will most likely get new maps, weapons, and if they incorporate playable demons, then the new demons to use as well. However, for Doom Eternal, I would assume that they would also add a special feature or make it somewhat different from the other present-day multiplayer modes to really set themselves apart and to rise up on top. Hopefully not a battle royale, but I would think it could be something like a co-op type of experience or something similar to Invasion. Co-op always seems to be something that developers want to do away with, especially on FPS games. But if id Software brought that back, which the original Doom games had, then that would be awesome. Overall, many people don't play Doom primarily for the multiplayer, but I have faith that Doom Eternal will surprise us all. Lastly, I wanted to talk about something that was mentioned in the Doom community, which I thought was an awesome and funny idea. Someone mentioned that there could be a level or playable feature to have you play as the Keycard Guy from the Phobos reveal, and your mission is to avoid the Doomslayer. Could imagine it being something like Slenderman or Mr. X from Resident Evil 2, and you have to run away from the Slayer, and if he catches you, game over. It would give Doom Eternal a hilarious game mode to play, which at the same time be like a horror game, as you solve puzzles in a UAC facility avoiding the Slayer. Basically imagine Resident Evil 2, but instead of Leon, you're a defenseless UAC employee with a red keycard to go only into doors that require the red keycard. If you already played Resident Evil 2, or at least any Resident Evil games, then you know what I'm talking about. I honestly think this would be so hilarious and exhilarating at the same time. Doom has always been a game that is over the top, but in a good way. It would also give us something different and show that id Software listens to the community on what we would want to have in Doom Eternal. Let me know what you guys think of this. Okay guys, those are some ideas that could be possible for DLC content after Doom Eternal is released. What do you all think? Do you think we'll get a good multiplayer along with additional content to make Doom Eternal, well, eternal? Let me know in the comment section and let's get going with the conversation. Like I mentioned earlier, keep an eye out for the next video, which will show who will win the giveaway. Smash that like button and subscribe, as it helps me out a ton, and that way in the future I could do more giveaways if possible. Also check out my Instagram and Twitter accounts at RipNtear Gaming. Like always, you guys are awesome, and don't forget to rip and tear. Peace.